Su Asu Suye Kele Maisu.
Hello everyone. I am glad that you have all responded to my call to come today. I thought it is my duty as chief to read up on and consult UNHCR about resettlement, because I have noticed that many people are confused and frustrated. Here is what you need to know. Resettlement is a durable solution to meet the needs of certain refugees. Refugees who have been identified and accepted for resettlement will leave for a third country where they will be able to integrate. Some refugees, by the grace of God, are able to return to their home country because peace has been restored, and others are able to integrate in their country of asylum. Only a limited number of you will have access to resettlement because the places provided by resettlement countries are limited. Several factors are taken into account by UNHCR and its partners when identifying individuals for resettlement. Each family, each person has their own story. Seka is a refugee who had to flee following political conflict. He is from an ethnic minority in his country of origin. He now finds himself in a camp populated mainly by people from an ethnic group that is hostile to his. He was even attacked one night when going home. He lives alone and in fear. Aminata did not escape harm when her village was attacked by rebels. Her headscarf hides an enormous scar. She was mutilated and tortured. She fled her country to save her life. She's still very fragile. Idris began to feel excessively tired and was finding it very hard to carry out his work in the fields. Today, his illness has gotten worse and he cannot feed his family. Doctors have concluded that he can no longer be treated locally. Prudence is a young orphan. She lives with her uncle's family. Being the only girl, she is burdened with all the household tasks. She is the first to get up in the morning and the last to go to bed at night. In addition, she is subjected to serious physical violence at home. My dear friends, after hearing these different stories, do you think that you should be prioritized for resettlement? So you see that when you look at the bigger picture, even those around you might not be a priority. It is important to note that even if a refugee is considered vulnerable, he or she may not be eligible for resettlement in accordance with resettlement countries' criteria. It is these countries who make the final decision. UNHCR and its partners try to identify to the best of their knowledge those refugees who have specific needs. It's important to understand that even if your case has been identified, it is the resettlement country that will make the final decision according to its criteria. For example, David was presented for resettlement because some of his family members live in the United States. Since the process is long, David pretended to be the father of a sick child in order to have his case move more quickly. Following investigations, UNHCR discovered that David was not in reality the father of the child, but that he had borrowed him from his neighbor in exchange for money in order to give the impression that he was a lone father. As a result of this fraud, his resettlement case was suspended. You must be honest and tell the truth without changing anything. Otherwise, you not only risk being sanctioned, but you jeopardize the reputation of our community and put the resettlement program at risk. We certainly do not want these programs to stop. If that happens, all refugees will lose out.
Su Asu Suye Kele Maisu. su ah su su yeah